Good morning, Troublers. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel as y'all come in here this morning. Good morning, everybody. We got to talk about this game last night. Shout out to Baldini, my sponsor. Keep your boy Lace through on the knittage. You already know how I give it up. Gumbo TV, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Subscribe to the channel as y'all come in here, man. We're gonna get this underway. Oh man, I'm so pissed off. I'm pissed. I love to see a happy ending to a dope story, man. I love for niggas to get their get back too. For real. I'm gonna put the Baldini information. This is a clothing designer out of New Jersey. I'm gonna put that in the description. Y'all can go through and check him out. Steph blacked out again last night. Man, Luka fucked that game up. Steph did go off in the fourth quarter. I think he scored the last 12 points. 12 points in 8 minutes, but you got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared for that. That's what he do. We seen him do that shit 1,000 times. 1,000 times. They had that game. They had that game, yo. They had that fucking game. They did. They had that game. They got to do something about Luka. They got to do something about him, man. That shit just didn't make any sense. Peace. They got to do something about him. You seen it. You seen it. You seen it. You seen it. They got to do something about that. That's going to be a problem. He going to have a problem with Kyrie at some point. You know what I'm saying? He said it's a long season. He'll get his revenge at the end. He needed to get his revenge in San Francisco. Dude, I wanted to punch that nigga in his mouth, man. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe the shit that I was seeing. They got to get the ball away from him, man. He said, no, I didn't, man. They got to keep the ball out of Luka's hands, man. If it come down to making a decision, he shouldn't have the ball. Like, they be having him operating with the ball in ISO situations, and I get it. He can score. But that's all he do. He don't play no fucking defense, and he got a terrible basketball IQ. If you got a motherfucker on your team, who cooking like Klay was cooking Klay was cooking. He was 6 of 12 from 3. That's 50%. He's hitting half of them. That's a good percentage. And he was hitting them in spurts. You got to be able to identify when somebody's cooking, man. You got to identify when somebody's hot. Klay Thompson was in his building. He was hot. Them shits was dropping. Luka got to get that fucking ball up. Even the last shot of the game that he took, terrible fucking shot, man. They was only down 3. They could have tied it up. Give up the fucking ball. Took the last 2 shots. He not even looking to pass the shit. He not even, yeah, you got to keep giving fucking Klay the ball, man. Like, this nigga hitting transition threes. I'm talking about coming up court, full speed on a fast break. They kick it to him. Bang, knocked down. He was hitting, man. He was hitting the catch and shoot, everything. Like, you had him in his zone. Like, the zone that you want somebody like Klay Thompson in, you got to feed off of that, yo. They gave that game away. They had them beat. They did. Luka looked like he don't be feeling it when somebody else on his team going on. That's how it appeared to me. It was almost like he didn't care that it was about Klay. It was about Klay last night. It was about Klay last night. Klay got the fucking Klay got finals trophies and shit like that. Klay a world champion and shit like that. It was like Luka didn't care. It was very, very obvious. They got to do something about him. Luka still be in Europe sometime. He said, I love to see it. Luka play like a little kid. He ain't passing that rock for shit. That didn't make any sense, yo. They had that game. They had that game, yo. They had that fucking game. I'm telling you, yo. They was trailing. Golden State was trailing in the fourth quarter. In order for Steph to score 12 points, they needed that. They only won by 3. If he scored, just do the math. If they only won by 3 and he scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, that mean they was down, what, 7 or some shit like that? That don't make no fucking sense, yo. Like, and you seen the first shot that he took, it was a bad shot. Luka took a bad shot at the foul line, a brick. Klay was right beside him. Klay was like, you know what I'm saying? You see him, if you go watch the play, he was like, man, give me the fucking ball, man. Go back down. Steph hit the 3. Boom. Put them up. Number 5 for Dallas come back and hit another 3. And then it was double-figured seconds on the clock. When they was coming back down, when Luka shot that last brick, that last deep brick, they had plenty of time to orchestrate a play, penetrating dish. He didn't do no basketball logic with that ball with the last possession. There was no reason why they couldn't tie that game up. Not as hard as Luka was shooting at the time. I mean, not as hard as Klay Thompson was shooting at the time. He let Steph steal the ball from him. Steph was playing a game last night almost as if, like, you could see he was asserting himself, like, okay, you coming back home, you my splash brother, you know you're not better than me. I seen that. Very interesting game to see. Steph Curry defending Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson defending Draymond Green. Great storyline. That was a great NBA game. That was a great game. But they fucked that up. Jason Kidd won't say nothing to Luka. I'm glad you said that, right? That's who gonna have to step to that problem. That's who gonna have to step to that problem. Like, yo, fam, you gotta add more dimensions to your game. Basketball ain't just about scoring. It's not just about scoring. You got to be able to play basketball. This is what Steven Jackson was saying about Ray Allen. It was a bad assessment, but he was saying this. He said, we hoop. Some niggas just score. When you say it's make a statement like we hoop, y'all like this video and share this to y'all social medias. When you make a statement like we hoop, you speaking to somebody like Draymond Green. Did y'all see Draymond last night? Did y'all see Draymond? He said, Jason Kidd tired of getting fired. He not going to say nothing. Did y'all see Draymond Green last night? Draymond was knocking down threes. Draymond was blocking shots, running the fast break, diming Steph. Like, that's hooping. That's a hooper. That's somebody who got a well-rounded game. That's why he's been considered like the anchor of Golden State. Golden State ain't never really had no dominant center all like that. They dominant center is Draymond Green and shit. They told Luka it's his team, so he running with it. He said Draymond was blocking jumpers. Yeah, he was doing everything last night. But check it out, right? They told him it's his team, but they told him that when he didn't have no help. He didn't have no help. Once he got Kyrie Irving, who just had 43 the other night, and now that he got Klay Thompson, he don't have to do all of that shit. This is the reason why in the finals and in the playoffs, in the fourth quarter, Luka be damn near a ghost in the fourth quarter because the first 3 quarters, all he do is shoot. By the time it gets to the fourth quarter, the nigga ain't got no gas. He be all gassed out. He don't be doing nothing. And this is a great example of that shit last night. Stop shooting the fucking ball. Punk motherfucker. He fucked that game up, man. That shit made me mad. This is the first time I seen Golden State hungry to play basketball. They 9-2. They got a good record. They had like the top of the West, man, but they were supposed to lose that game last night. That game was won. Dallas had that game won, yo. For real. The league is slowly becoming unfavorable to pure hoopers. They gotta do something, man, about him, man. Like, there was no reason for that. Like, what the fuck is you doing? When we would have had a problem in the locker room. We would have had a fucking problem in the locker room. Look, fam, you ain't the only professional here. You not. You not the only fucking professional here. You dig? Yeah, you can shoot. Yeah, you can score. It's other motherfuckers here capable of getting 30 points. Klay Thompson still can get 30 points. Kyrie Irving shows on a regular. He's able to get 30 points. Pass the fucking ball. You're not even the point guard. And furthermore, Kyrie got to get that rock from him when a game on the line, yo. Kyrie got to get that rock from him when a game on the line, because the Kyrie is not only a scoring threat, but he's a point guard. He gonna find a motherfucker who's open and shit like that. Get the fucking rock away from this clown at the end of the game, yo, because he wants to score. He's not concerned with making the right decision. And he fucked that game up. Klay was supposed to walk up out of there with a W. For real, that shit pissed me off. Klay, a four-time champ, he got the right to speak up. Me and him would have had to holler outside, yo. We'd have had to holler in the locker room, yo, man. Don't you fucking recognize everybody else on this motherfucking team as professionals? You got to get a fucking rock up, man. What's wrong with you? That shit pissed me off. When Mark Cuban sell the team next year, I hope they get rid of Luka. No defense. He don't play no defense. He don't set no screens. He don't do nothing but score. He don't do nothing but score. For real. And he take a lot of bad shots. Don't get me wrong. He be boogieing. Like the first quarter, first two quarters, he was awesome. He was awesome. But you don't got to do all of that when you got a team, dude. You tripping, yo. You tripping. You think back when the Bulls won them titles. If you know basketball, when Chicago won them titles, they won those titles because Michael Jordan allowed John Paxson to hit that big shot. He allowed Steve Kerr to hit a big shot. You gotta let your teammates give you something. If your teammates give you something, the game is a lot more easier. That's why the Dream Team was such a good team. Everybody on the Dream Team was good at basketball from top to bottom. Everybody knew their role. Magic run this motherfucking fast break. Barkley break these niggas up in the paint. You dig? If we need scoring power, we got Michael Jordan. You dig? Larry Bird gonna hit the deep three. Everybody know their role. Let everybody do what they do. We ain't gonna change nothing. We got the best players in the world here. You dig? Everybody do what they do. And that's why the Dream Team was bombing motherfuckers. If you watch them Dream Team games, they was letting Charles Barkley break them teams up. Go down in the paint, Chuck. Do that shit that you do in the NBA. Go down there, break them niggas up. You dig? When that fucking ball come off the rim, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, y'all know what to do. You kick it to Magic. Magic run the fast break. When Magic get the rock, everybody take off. Y'all know what's going to happen if everybody take off. Magic going to find you. It's clicking. The offense is clicking, man. This ain't no race to see who outscores each other. Everybody here can score 30 points. The game when Kyrie hit the left-hand winner, they were up. Luka lost it for him, and then UD hit the winner. I don't think the league wants its players to play defense for real. You got to play defense when the motherfucking playoffs. Let's say that they cruising in the regular season. That's still going to put you in a pickle. You're going to end up losing fucking home. The teams that's playing ball on both ends of the court is going to be the most dominant. Case in point, the Cleveland Cavs. Cleveland Cavs ain't got no all-star team. They don't. The Cleveland Cavs is undefeated. They don't have no all-star team. But what do? You let D. Mitch do his thing. Darius Garland run the point. Everybody else contribute. Jared Allen, he got the paint. Everybody else contribute. There ain't no big eyes and little me's in basketball, yo. Basketball is a fucking team sport. And the better the team is at Playing basketball, the more knowledge of basketball that the team has, the easier it is to win. That shit pissed me the fuck off. Luka lazy on defense. He's selfish. Cost the Mavericks a chip last year. That shit pissed me off. They got a nice big. That big man that played for Dallas, he number 21. He got a lot of dunks last night. All of them dudes, man, when you got a big man that's dominating like that, like the Dallas big man was dominating last night, because they got two big men. They got number 21 and they got the boy Lively. Golden State don't even have no big or like that. They don't. You can't tell Daniel Gafford. Yeah. You can't even tell, or you can't even name who Golden State big man is. They ain't never really had no big man. You got to let them bigs dominate, man. You got to let them dominate. Like, they ain't got nobody down there. This motherfucker, every time this motherfucker Gafford get the ball, he dunked the fucking ball. Give him the fucking ball. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Shh. Luka's overrated and his defense is terrible. He can score, man. He can score with both hands. I seen him do some shit last night. Like, he was boogieing in the first half. He was. But you can't be doing that shit, man. Like, that shit pissed me the fuck off. Klay Thompson went through periods when he was shooting bad. He left Golden State shooting bad. You dig? He been knocking him down a little bit this year. Last night, if you know Klay Thompson game, he was knocking shit down last night, yo. He had 22 points. He should have had 25 because he should have hit the game, the game tying bucket. That shit should have went to overtime, and it's up from there. He a liability on defense. Unfortunately, the game ain't played the same way we always knew it to work. I can't believe that dude was that selfish, man. Like he said, the NBA is all about the three now. No more low post bags. When you got a motherfucker in the paint that's going to give you something, you got to take advantage of that. You know why? Because if you got somebody that's paint dominant, the defense has to sag off of the dudes on the perimeter, opening up a three-point shot. You want an open three-point shot? Feed it to the big man. They got to go down there and try to figure out what to do with the big man. Somebody got to help him. Somebody's going to be open. You'll get open three-pointers. You'll get open mid-range jump shots if you got a big that's dominate. That dude, Gafford for Dallas, it ain't a lot of niggas in the NBA that's playing like him, that just stay in that paint and just tear. That's rare. You got to take advantage of that. Luka's a beast, but he got to give him credit, but he got to give up that rock. So is Kyrie and Curry a liability on defense. Curry wasn't no liability on defense last night. I mean, it might have been personal, but Curry was playing defense on Klay Thompson. Curry was trying to stop Klay. He ripped him in the first half. I think it was in the first quarter. He ripped the ball away from him, went down court and did some shit. Steph Curry a complete ball player, yo. Like, he's so offensively gifted that you might not think that he's any factor on defense. But if he wasn't a factor on defense, you'll be seeing niggas giving him 30 points and shit. You don't be seeing nobody lighting him up. You don't. You don't see nobody lighting him up at all. He said, we used to play from the inside out. That's over with now. You got to identify the weaknesses of the other team. Golden State didn't have no big. Them bigs were supposed to go crazy on them niggas. But that's not what lost the game. Luka fucking Doncic lost the fucking game. He did. He says he get a lot of steals. The NBA is sad. There was 75 threes taken in the Mavs versus Warriors game. You knew they was gonna put him up. I didn't know it was 75. That's insane. That's insane. What you think about Dame? Dame ain't no good player. He's not a good player. If he's not scoring, you get nothing from him. He ain't no natural point guard. He don't play defense. He ain't gonna get no rebounds, no steals, no nothing. He just went 0 for something the other day. If he start out missing his J's, he's cooked for the night. You ain't gonna get nothing from him. It was Curry that caused Golden State the championship after going up 3-1 to the Cavs. The Cavs kept putting him in a pick and roll, and he couldn't stop nobody. I think it was that block shot that LeBron did, the chase down block he did on Iguodala. That was a big. That had a big deal. That had a lot to do with it. That chase down block. And Kyrie had 40 points. He hit that three. He hit it over Steph. But when your man getting 40, man, like, I guess that's the night that somebody gave it to him. Curry has stepped up his defense. Steph offense is his defense. He runs so much that you get tired. Klay has struggled on the defensive end due to injuries. Klay was playing good last night, yo. Klay Thompson played a great game last night. He was supposed to be rewarded with a victory in Golden State. It was people in Golden State that wanted him to win that game, yo, because they dogged him out. They sent him out of there. They didn't pay him. He was 13, gave him 13 years worth of service, and they didn't pay him. That just made no sense for them to do him like that. Thompson and Steph both got the threes I predicted, but Luka did too much. You right. Gotta pass the ball, man. That's the bottom line. Gotta pass the ball. Gotta pass the ball, yo. That motherfucker do not pass the fucking ball, yo. Like, people should monitor his assists. Every game, you need to get at least six to eight assists, yo, if you want this shit to go right. Period. And they be having the nerve to compare these niggas to the Dream Team and shit. I just seen a motherfucker had made a blog, said that Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James will beat Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. And he said that Kevin Durant is a better basketball player than Larry Bird. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Kevin Durant ain't better than no goddamn Larry Bird. No way, no fucking how. He's not. He's not. In my opinion, it ain't even close. No. Hell nah. No. That's bullshit. But this is the type of narrative that you get online. Like, people be really believing this shit. He said, not even close. Bird was the truth. People's opinions are based on what they see now. If you go back and watch Larry Bird play, you'll remember the game that he said, all right, I'm going to play this whole game left hand, and went buck wild. Like, they got Bird fucked up. Bird got titles on titles, man. They MVPs on MVPs. They tripping. And Larry had a bad back. Larry Bird give you 10 rebounds every night. 10 rebounds, gonna block a couple shots, gonna get assists, and give your ass 30 plus points. Straight up. Gave up 42 with the left hand. KD can't lead a team like Bird. KD wouldn't even have a title if he didn't go join Golden State when they were 73-9. That's an indicator that he's not a competitor and shit. You can't put him in Larry Bird's class at all. I would have had Zip with the Drip on here, part of this discussion, but I couldn't wait for him. That shit pissed me. I couldn't even sleep. I'm that passionate about basketball, yo. I hate to see bad basketball. Pass the fucking ball, man. Damn. I don't like Luka bringing the ball up with 20 seconds when you got the best ball handler in the NBA who is much faster. Kyrie should be bringing the ball up when there's only 20 seconds. That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying, man. Get the ball out of this dude's hand when the game is on the line. Like, he'll serve you better running around screens with his slow ass trying to get a catch and shoot or some shit like that. He's slow as fuck. Move like a fucking snail. He shouldn't have the ball. He ain't got no crazy handle or nothing like that. Larry led his teams to a chip. KD didn't. Nah. Kyrie is much more clutch. Luka don't trust his teammates. They need to have a talk with that nigga, yo, for real, because that's going. They look. They ended up in the finals by circumstance. I don't know if they're gonna make it back to the finals, but they need to let him know, yo, basketball is played with 5 people, yo. Everybody got a job to do. One of your jobs is to pass the fucking ball. If you're a scoring threat, that means you can cause a double team, which leads to somebody being the fuck open. He don't even know how to exploit that part of the game. Shh. Too many talented players and not enough hoopers. They act like they scared to talk to him. He can't play off the ball. I ain't never been so. It ain't even my team. I'm a Laker fan. I just want to. Klay Thompson was supposed to leave up out of there with a victory, y'all. They honored him correctly. They gave him. They honored him in the pregame. They got a viral video out. Everybody thanking him for his 13 years of service. All he had to do was go in there and perform, and he did. But he can't do nothing if he's not getting the fucking rock. Klay will get his lick back though. Maybe when they come to Dallas, he'll get his lick back. But the story was to beat them niggas in Golden State. Straight up. Good morning, everybody. Who in here this morning? What city's in here talking basketball this morning? Y'all know what my platform is built on. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion. The trifecta. What cities is up in here? There's no more defined roles in basketball. Everybody want to be an offensive threat. Chicago, what up? Cleveland. Y'all undefeated over there in Cleveland. I know y'all happy. Phoenix, Brooklyn, they said y'all going to get bumped out of the playoffs after dominating the regular season. They said y'all no threat in the playoffs. Dallas, Brooklyn, St. Louis, Nashville by way of Chicago, New York. He said Luka's shot selection keeps other teams in it. Baltimore, D.C., what up? Springfield, Detroit, 7 Mile. Brooklyn, good morning to all of y'all, man. Corona Queens, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We gonna do this most of the season. Y'all know I go off into my basketball rants, man. I can't believe they fucked that money up, yo. I can't believe that dude, man. Mac Breezy is tripping on the tube. I'm done with her. I ain't got nothing to say about that broad, yo. Let her go about her business. Mike Tyson go whoop Paul Friday too fast. He hit hard. I hope he knock him out. If he knock him out, I think we'll be done with this dude and shit. I hope he don't go in there playing around. Like, you never know what type of agreements motherfuckers make behind closed doors and shit like that for money. We know that niggas will get their ass up for some money. I hope this ain't the case with Tyson. McNuggets, what the fuck is you talking about? Klay was not as good and he became too egotistical. He should have humbled and came off the bench and go to state. Who on Golden State right now that's starting is better than Klay Thompson? Who on Golden State right now that's starting is better than Klay Thompson? Wiggins? He's not. And the rest of them niggas, I don't even know they fucking names. Like, you bugging. You bugging. Who on Golden State right now is better than Klay Thompson to start? Besides Steph. Nobody but Steph. Exactly. What the fuck is this cat talking about? Come off the bench. Why the fuck would you come off the bench and you just scored? Didn't that nigga score like 60 points in 3 quarters? Why the fuck would you put somebody with that potential on the bench? This motherfucking broke records, man. Scoring points at records, breakneck speed. You don't put nobody like that on the bench. He was shooting bad. Nigga was coming off an injury, and they betrayed him. That's what happened. Wiggins ain't better than Klay Thompson, and the rest of them niggas not better than him. Exactly. Can't come in here just saying anything. Buddy Hield right now is shooting the lights out. He didn't shoot the lights out last night, and Buddy Hield don't play no defense. Klay Thompson was the guy on Golden State who always defended the other team's best player, best wingman and shit like that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. That record was 10 years ago. Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What is you talking about? He shot the lights out last night. He shot the lights out last night. He was 6 of 12 last night. Can't believe Steph let it go down. You right. You right. Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all follow me on IG at IamGullyTV _ I had to get on here this morning and discuss this with y'all, man. I couldn't just let this fly I couldn't keep it to myself. Close game. Dallas lost by 3 on the road, but Klay was supposed to be there for life. Klay supposed to have a statue outside that motherfucker, just like Steph. When it's all, they said he still might have one, but when it's all said and done, Steph Curry gonna have a statue outside of Golden State's arena. Klay Thompson should have had one too. Prime for prime, if you have the #1 pick in the draft, who you taking, Klay or Kyrie? I'd probably take Klay. You can get a point guard. Kyrie is a prolific scoring point guard. But Klay is 6'7". Kyrie ain't responsible for sticking nobody or nothing like that. Klay will have a statue in his number 11 retired in Golden State. He was supposed to exactly. He was supposed to retire there with Steph and Draymond. Facts. Dominican Republic, what up? Good morning. That's all I got, man. I got to get to the gym. I had to get this off my chest before the gym. Make sure y'all get there, too. I got something I want to drop on y'all, a little cheat code that I'm using. I got this from Derrick Henry to play in the NFL. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to stay in shape, if you're trying to keep a nice figure, don't eat breakfast. Eliminate breakfast from your daily routine. Don't eat breakfast. I'm on some shit right now. I seen Derrick Henry speak about this. Derrick Henry don't eat till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when I consume my first meal, 4 in the afternoon. Do not eat nothing until 4 in the afternoon. That's almost like a daytime fast. If you can do that, you give your body time to metabolize the food that was eaten the night before and shit like that. Don't eat breakfast. Don't eat breakfast. You dig? When you eat breakfast, you actually putting a early morning meal on top of everything you ate while you was watching the NBA games the night before. So that leads to, as a person ages, a person metabolism slows down, and that leads to a person gaining weight. But if you regulate your consumption, intermittent fasting. If you regulate your consumption, the weight gonna fall off your ass. I tried it. I'm 2 weeks into eating at 4 o'clock. My stomach is flat. I'm doing 100 push-ups a day on top of the workouts I'm doing. I'm ripped. So I just gave y'all the game. Make sure y'all follow me on IG, man. I'm still giving out the information on wellness, exercise, and all of that. So you know where to find me, at IamGullyTV _. Stop eating breakfast. All right? Peace.